Okay, so if you have any psychological problems, if you suffer from revenge trading, greed, or hesitation, or even your emotional stability isn't there, watch this video. I'll be able to help you. So you need to understand the markets will always accumulate. ICT always refers to this as the accumulation, right? This is kind of the A in the AMD. It is the manipulation that most people struggle with, and therefore they can't catch the distribution, right? So let's break this down. Understand that this is the daily opening price over here. So you want to be selling above the daily opening. Notice how we're above the daily opening price over here. So now from here, how do we use this to our advantage, right? Great question. So what you need to understand if we get rid of this is you need to understand that price gave a fair value gap just here. Price gave a 15-minute fair value gap just here in this region, but price tapped into this area. So the question becomes, how do you know price is going to reverse from this area, right? What gives us the confidence that price is going to actually hold this area and bounce lower instead of bouncing higher, right? How do you know that the sellers are in control, right? So the way we know that is by reading this over here. We're reading the order flow, and I want you to understand a couple of things, right? Look at this candle. This is the last 1 minute candle before the market dumped. This is the highest candle. Look at how the top half was aggressive buyers and the bottom half was aggressive sellers, right? So we see a very sudden and aggressive shift in the order flow. This is what confirms the fair value gap. So we can see here price on the lower time frames has confirmed this fair value gap because buyers are struggling to move past the fair value gap. So when buyers are struggling to move past the fair value gap, what that means is that this particular entry is valid, right? So we can take a short from this area with a stop loss above this area. The reason we can have our stop loss above this area is because we know buyers have failed, right? So we know that these buyers have failed and sellers are in control. Now, with that being said, where do we target? So we simply target the low of the accumulation, right? So price takes out the high of the accumulation, we target the low of the accumulation, right? And notice how the daily wick or the power of three has given us this expansion. So our job is to simply sell as close as we can to this high of the day and catch the low of the day below the accumulation.